Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for this match reaction to the Liverpool game. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. Battle of the mids. Nothing really to play for, shall I say? That's what it felt like. Battle of the mids, nothing really to play for. Before we even get into that, we're going to talk about news in and around the managers for Chelsea. There's been a little bit of news around Luis Enrique, which we'll be starting off with as well. We're going to talk a little bit about Julian Nagelsmann and Frank Lampard. So all that to start with, guys. Make sure you're smashing them likes first. Get the likes up, guys. Get the likes up. Panel will be joining us very shortly as well on the show. We'll be talking about the game as well a little bit later. I don't feel there's really much to talk about, if you want my honest opinion, but we will talk. We will talk, as always. Big up to every single one of you guys that are currently here at the moment. Like I said, hit the likes, share on your socials, and let's do this. Cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for this match reaction to Liverpool-Chelsea. Chelsea-Liverpool 0-0. Before we even get into that, we're going to talk a little bit about the managers, the news in and around the managers as well. So that's where we're going to start with first. But first, let's say hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you guys are all well. RD, big up to you. It says Kante on an extension, man. This guy is levels. I remember conversations about N'Golo Kante potentially not being sold, potentially being sold, and fans saying that he's done and he's finished and, it's done, but still early doors. We'll come back to that. Leo, big up to you. Big up to Jamie in the building. Chelsea fans, it was poor last game. Like, yeah, it's just vibes now. Nick, Kai, big up to you. Can't wait to hear Jem's excuses for his boy, Kai Havertz. Not my boy. Just don't listen. Clear your ears out when I talk about Kai Havertz, but people don't. They just assume a lot of the time, but big up to you, bro. Luis Enrique represents it. We're going to talk about that in a second. Big up, Steve. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well. Big up to Stream Elements. Big up to Hamco as well. Boring performance yesterday. It was, man. It is what it is. Surfs, big up to you. Vic, nice to see you. Enrique pulling through due to age and immediate availability. Yeah, age, experience. A lot of people sort of split on this one. Some are saying yay to Enrique, others are saying no, want Nagelsmann, and yeah, it's. I think it swings both ways. Definitely swings both ways. Big up to Jamie. Nagelsmann was contacted by PSG. Gem, where was that? I've not seen that. Big up Louis in the building as well. Says let's go, Luis Enrique. Let's just forget about last night. Oh man, I'm not. To be honest, I don't have much to say about last night. I really don't, because it's the same thing each and every day, same thing each and every day. Guys, smash the like button, because I know we ain't got enough likes at the moment. Please, if you can, smash the likes. Let's get these likes up as quickly as possible. We're going to start off with the managers as well. I've got everyone speaking here. We're going to start off talking about managers and obviously the news in and around Luis Enrique at the moment. That's the wrong one. Got lots of Fabrizio Romano comments up here at the moment. Not that one. Not that one. Where am I going here? This one. Right. So, as we know, Luis Enrique has arrived in London with representatives in order to discuss with Chelsea. Can confirm he's in England right now, as Gigantes FC called back then. Yeah, I know them. Luis Enrique, 100% keen on Chelsea job. Chelsea will also continue talks to Nagelsmann's favourite candidate. So, he's still painting that Nagelsmann is still the favourite. Obviously, Luis Enrique has come over to share his vision. This is more now an interview process. This is more like an interview process right now. So people will come in, people will sit down, people will have discussions about where they're going to go, what they're going to offer, what they can do. And then what I think Bowley and the recruiter and the board will do is sit there and go, right, this is our vision, this is our project. Let's let them sell themselves to us on what they can produce and what they think they can do and whether they fit in what our module is, and we'll make a decision. And that's why I think Nagelsmann stands out so much to the rest of them is that I think he's a lot more versatile. Versatile in the fact of the squad, what we have available, maybe formation layouts. Luis Enrique's biggest question marks for me is just his naivety to kind of stick with just the one system, the system that he feels is the perfect one. But what happens to the point when teams start working you out? They suss how you play. They know how to break you down. Like, these are the things where we need a plan B. We want to see a plan B from him. I'm saying in my tooth. Yeah, so, he's there. He's selling it. We've got a little bit more on Enrique as well. A couple bits to talk about. We've just been told that Luis Enrique has sent Chelsea a full PowerPoint presentation from him outlining every detail about his vision and his plans for each individual player. That's interesting, but that doesn't surprise me because Luis Enrique is the type of person that I feel will just come along and, dress up nice in a suit with his tie up and whatever, even at his age, sit down and go, right, this is what I want to do. And look, there's no doubts that he will get us playing good football. I don't think that's the issue when it comes to Luis Enrique. Like I said, the issue with Luis Enrique is, him getting found out in what he's trying to do. Now, this whole bullet point and vision of sitting down and explaining each individual player is interesting. It would also be interesting to wonder what players didn't really fit that. Because let's be serious, for every manager that comes in, there will always be a couple of players that will look at and go, well, he don't really suit what I'm trying to do. We should look to maybe move him on. It would have been a real open discussion, I reckon, on summer approach. Everything. Because let's be serious, we have to get this right, guys. We're in a position now where we have to, there's no more mucking around. We have to get this spot on, so slide one, yeah. In your books, yeah, because that's all you ever talk about. So he lives in your head too much. Yeah, and then that's good. The fact that he's so focused on trying to bring the best out of the players he's got and what he thinks is best is fine. But also at the same time, it's about his systems and how he fits, how he fits the players that he has in it. So I don't see every single player. Big up Lewis, man. Big up Lewis. I don't see every player being involved in that, which is good, which is fine. And if it's Kai Havertz that has to go, fine. I like I said, I have no problem with it. Lewis knows. I've had chats with Lewis about this. Lewis knows how I really think about Kai Havertz, and a lot with Kai Havertz we actually agree on. We agree on, but it's not just Kai Havertz. That's the issue for me. And we're going to talk about Chelsea Liverpool a bit later on in the game. It's something that we've had a problem with for a while, and we'll come back to that. I don't want to divert off where we're going because we're talking about managers, but we're coming back to Liverpool Chelsea. We'll talk about that as well because it's worth talking about. It's just going to be the same stuff that we repeat all the time, and I just get quite bored of it, to be honest. Jim, we're at the point where we don't have room for error next month. Exactly, M3. Exactly. That is where we are and what we need to do and getting it right. I'm afraid Enrique will make Enzo his DM because he likes a baller DM like Rodrigo or I hope not, because I think you saw yesterday that Enzo playing deeper wasn't bad. He got man of the match. He had a very good game. But Enzo in the Kovacic position, getting Kovacic's chances in front of goal is a completely different story. It's a completely different story for me. So that's why I would say that he might treat him more like a Xavi in the team that plays a little bit further forward. I don't know. These are all things that we, if he comes across, we can then start talking about, But big up, John, bro. How are you? Flourishes in a three-man midfield. Enzo flourishes in anything, mate. Enzo's just Enzo. Enzo's just class. And with N'Golo Kante in the team as well, it's even better. It's even better. Big up Chelsea fan. Big up every single one of you. 150 people in the building, man. Shout out to every single one of you. I hope you guys are having a blessed day, man. You guys are really having a blessed day. Luis Enrique, bit more positive talks on Agent Darko. If you don't know Darko, go and follow him. He's my boy. He says, Luis Enrique, positive talks on the phone yesterday. Admire his ideas. CFC admire his ideas. Commander must be signed in midfield. So that probably answers the question that Ashraf said earlier about having a DM, a dominant DM, someone in the middle, He'll want that. So that's good. He'll want a sitter, which means he's going to push someone like Enzo forward. He believes Chelsea need better options in wide areas, which is an interesting comment. Wide areas, he thinks we need better. What does he mean by that? Because we've got Madrid, we've got Madueke. What is he specifically? So this goes back to part of the problem because we've gone mad in buying players in this first season because we've got rid of another manager that's probably agreed to it in Graham Potter. Yeah, we now got another manager coming through the door who might look at the players that we have and go, "Well, I wouldn't have got him. I don't know why you got him, and I think we actually need to get him." But we've already bought players in that position. Like that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem with any manager you bring in. So what you need to try and do is find a manager that can come in and kind of get the best out of what he has, a bit like what Thomas Tuchel did. But at the same time, obviously support him. But for him to say we need better options in the wide area, I'd probably say that our wide area is probably our biggest strength when they're all fit. You know, Madueke, Pulisic, who have got Mudryk, you know, whoever. Do you know what I mean? And then on top of that, you've got James and Chilwell. He wants a mobile striker. That's the real big one for me. He wants a mobile striker. Now, that tells me he wants a striker that can link play, that can contribute to the team, that can work hard off the ball, but then also finish off. You know, we've got Christopher Nkunku coming in. It's weird because I don't really know, and I know he likes the 4-3-3, and it's like, how do you fit an Nkunku that wants to play in the 10 and a João Felix that wants to play in the 10? Like, you can't do that. Then that's why I think he's reverted back to the wide areas, because I think if this is true, and we've seen it with him in the past, he would want to have more direct wingers to create the space. I don't think he's massively sold on 10s, which probably means Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, João Felix. All of these guys may struggle to, find a role in the middle area. They might be forced to go wide, or maybe be sold on that basis if this is true. You know, if this is true. So these are things that are interesting, intriguing. You know, these are the things that are really interesting. Now, you get a sense when you'll put Aubameyang and Lukaku up front, and we'll end up finishing 20th. Be even worse. Fans would hate it. Big up, Lewis. Phil and Nkunku, Astro. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, Nkunku's going to need help. He's going to need help. You know what I mean? Exactly, Josh. Agree, Jim. I think he likes touchline wingers. He does, and that's a problem because what do we have a lot of, guys? What do we have a lot of in our team? 10s, 8s, whatever you want to call them. Guys that like to play a little bit deeper in the pockets. We've got Mudryk and Madueke and Pulisic. Ziyech ain't going to be here. You know, I don't know. We really need to yeah, we're going to get into the Liverpool game anyway. But yeah, there's that comment. And then it goes on to say the extended time to achieve success. More talks today. Well, that's going to be the same with any manager. Any manager that comes in is going to want extended time to achieve. It's not going to happen overnight. But then again, it goes back to the whole thing of rewinding a year ago to the point where we were like, well, we've got to give one of these managers a bit of time. You know, and, you know, every time we haven't gone massively forward because we're sitting 11th. We've actually regressed a lot. You know, it seems like we're starting again. I mean, we're starting again. You know, we had Tuchel, we backed him, we sacked him. We start again. Graham Potter comes in, 5-year contract. We back him. He struggles to progress with everyone, the board, the team, everything, helping us get the thing. Gets to the point, sacked. We regress again. Start again. Now we're going to start again with a new manager that comes through the door to then set up the new project, or not the project ideas that we've got in place already, but also implement their ideas of what they want to do now, which means we've got to start again. And that means from players, that means from head coaching staff, that means from goalkeeping staff, that means for fitness staff, probably everything. Everything can probably just change around again. You know? So it's all like we're going to go and then we stop. We're going to go and then we stop, you know? And it just feels like we can't just move forward. We just can't move forward. But Enrique's going to be an interesting one. And obviously, one of his big comments that come up, one of his big stats, that come up is against Pep Guardiola, obviously in his first 100 games. Now, this is the stat in his first 100 games in all competitions at Barcelona. He won 80 against Guardiola's 71, which is not a massive difference. Let's be serious, right? Guardiola drew more than Enrique in games. and again lost only one more than Enrique, which is not a massive difference. They scored more goals under Enrique. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Pep's great as well, but Enrique obviously really got them ticking. But they also conceded near enough the same. So what does that mean from looking at them stats? Well, it goes to show that attacking wise, we're going to create, we're going to have an identity, we're going to have a style, we're going to create more. We just need output, which we're going to talk about the game soon, which we haven't got at the moment. Defensively, are we really well equipped to be strong? Are they going to set us up correctly? I mean, is he going to set, not Pep, is he going to set us up correctly in the bigger games against Pep and whatever? Or is he going to be very attackive? And I think we should be, but don't get me wrong, we still have to have, that element of guard, and maybe having that dominant commander sitter in the middle, which is what he wants, we'll do that. Big up, everyone. Over 200 people in the chat. I hope you're all having a blessed day. Talking a little bit about Luis Enrique at the moment. His ideal formation, Hamco, is a 4-3-3. That's what we've been told. He likes the 4-3-3. MSN versus Messi, Villa and Pedro is no real competition. I hear that, Couch. I do hear that. Does Enrique use youngsters? Again, good question. Does he actually use youngsters? Couple of them. And if you look at the Spanish team, he liked Olmo, didn't he? He played Olmo quite a lot. Danny Olmo. Who else did he play in the team? Pedri, Gavi. He does. I'd say he does. Will not like it to get, but this is why I'm saying, Mohammed. I think this then reverts to a little bit of a problem for what we call the so-called 10s, or the ones that sit just behind that can't play on the wide widths, because Felix, Havertz, Mount, Gallagher, these type of players that play in these sort of 8, just behind role, 10 roles, may not suit what Enrique wants to do, which means we may sell him, or we may not keep Felix, or we may sell Havertz or Mount. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Because it sounds like he's very focused on the wides. He's very focused on the width, having direct dribblers, people that are technical, good with the ball, that can, link play, 1-2s, keep the ball moving, comfortable in possession, them type of players. You only got to look at the Spanish team and how he's set up for that, so I don't know. We'll see. If it gets to the point where we get Luis Enrique, we will do a tactical analysis of Luis Enrique. We'll break it down. We'll go through the formations. We'll try and work out what we think he'll do. We'll do a quick FIFA squad builder and sit together and try and understand it. Like that we will. But moving away from Enrique, we've also got a little bit of news on Nagelsmann as well, because he is still the favourite. Contacts between Chelsea and Julian Nagelsmann will continue today in order to make a decision on both sides, with the German coach favourite candidate since Sunday. Enrique remains one of the names in the list. No contact with Tite, Spalletti, De Zerbi. Thank God Poch is not in that list. At least Poch ain't in that list. I don't know. I mean, with Nagelsmann, I think it's just, if you want the job, you get it. I'm at this point now, because Fabrizio Romano, for the last couple of days, all he's been talking about is Nagelsmann's favourite. So he obviously knows something. He obviously knows something quite well, right? And it seems like Nagelsmann, if he wants a job, has got it. Pavel's pushing it. Probably half the ball's pushing it. Onegbali and Bowley. And he probably suits the model better. But the only thing with Nagelsmann is, again, going to need time. A bit like Luis Enrique. But I think he may need a little bit more time. His adaptability is better than Enrique. He will play with 10s, which means Felix and Kunku, Havertz, if he's still here, whoever, will benefit more from a Nagelsmann. He has the option of playing 4. He likes the 4-2-3-1. He also likes the 3 at the back as well. We've seen him play 3 at the back. So you get more variety with Nagelsmann than you do Enrique, which means it probably fits what we currently have more now. With Enrique, I think you'll probably notice that there's probably more demands to need more now in what I want to do, my style, because I don't think we have everything Enrique wants. Okay, we're only assuming right now, but I'm just going on what we've seen. And that's why Chelsea might look at that and go, well, Enrique's good and he's sold us this real good thing and he's given us a player breakdown. He's going to do this with he's going to do this with Kante. He's going to do this with Enzo. And Kunku, when he comes in, he's going to do that. Whatever. Reece James, Chilwell, and it's going to look really good. But he wants better wide players. Well, we've just bought Mudryk and Madueke. Are they not good enough? They're still very young. Can you not work with that? Like, he's going to want technical wingers. And that might be where the issue lies. So that's why I think why the board and obviously bowling that might sway for an Nagelsmann, who will probably come and go, well, I like the players we've got. They suit what I'm trying to do, 4-2-3-1, 3-4-3s. Just need to get them having a bit more of an identity, playing in a certain way, moving the ball, being more consistent in the way that we play. I can do that. But I do still need this one in midfield and that striker. That might be the way forward. And that's why I think Nagelsmann will be the better option for us moving forward in terms of what we have right now. However, Enrique has the CV. So, I don't know. I think Chelsea will weigh up both sides. We'll have to wait and see. There's also talks from Matt Law. We're going to go to the game very shortly, guys, because we're going on a bit too much. I'm going on a bit too much about the managers, but still. Chelsea's manager latest. Enrique flies to London, we know. Club also contact with Nagelsmann, we know. Chelsea committed to speaking to up to 5 candidates, including Poch, in established front row runner. It will be an open interview. Some will be stronger than others, Caretaker to the end of the season not ruled out. Lampard, one idea. Frank Lampard was at the game yesterday. Can you imagine Frank Lampard coming in as caretaker till the end of the season? Would you like that? Would you not like that? Would you not like that? I'd be quite intrigued to know. What would you do if we can't get someone now? Would you be happy on the fact of what have I done here? I've just gone completely back what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. Tell you what I was doing there. Would you be comfortable on Lampard to Chelsea? No to Poch, I agree. Nikai, I agree. But if Enrique isn't willing to change to a back three like he did for Barca and being 6-1 PSG when they got bad, okay, well, that's fine. That's true to a degree. So you're telling me he has got the flexibility, you feel? Hamza's talking about youngsters. I don't know. All I know is there's lots still to happen and we're going to have to wait and see. These next couple of days are going to be key, I think. It won't be rushed. However, we're being told that they want someone in before Real Madrid. So let's see what happens with that at a later stage, guys. In regards to football on the pitch, Chelsea drew yesterday to Liverpool. And may I say, a very poor Liverpool team as well. Now, before I actually talk about the game itself, I want to talk about 2 individuals that, for me, stood out by a mile. One of them was this guy, N'Golo Kante. Chelsea were very happy for N'Golo Kante's attitude, as he's been excellent professional, as always, in the last complicated 8 months. Negotiations over new deal are underway. Club want to develop talent, but also need experienced leadership. I agree. Kante is a part of the project. Listen, he looked well. He looked fit. Touch wood. Pray the Lord that hammy that he has holds. He just looks like when he's in the team, we just look more solid. We just look more in control in the midfield. And it's even like going forward, and I don't really rate him highly as a technical midfielder going forward. But yesterday he was doing 1-2 passes. He was running into the pockets of spaces with his speed. He was, he was just so effective. He was just everywhere. Again, literally, his first full game back at Chelsea against Liverpool as captain, deserved captain, and he's just absolutely bossed it. And this is why I'm saying we only have 2 world-class players in this team. Two. Kante, Thiago Silva. They're just the levels. They're just such an impact to the point that when they come into the team, the whole team just looks better. Just unbelievable. And look, I know we were talking about selling him and people saying we should get rid of him, try and get money and whatever. But when he's like this, he's irreplaceable. He needs to be in the team all the time. It's just a shame that he's been out so long. I even think Graham Potter would have benefited from Kante. Kante might have saved Graham Potter to a degree. Kante might have saved Graham Potter to a degree. This Kante that we saw yesterday. You know, Enzo's on his way. Enzo's not fully. I mean, for me, he is, but he's top class. But he's on his way. Still young, Enzo. You know, but everything he does, everything that this guy does, is just impeccable, and we need him for Real Madrid. We need him for Real Madrid. We've got to look after him. We've got to protect him. And we played a free midfield yesterday. We decided to play a free midfield yesterday with Kovacic, Kante, Enzo. I don't like seeing Enzo that deep. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. Right? However, and we're going to move on from Kante, because we'll probably come back to him later. He's still just so tidy, so neat, so good, so everything. He's just so good. The quality of this guy is just next level. Next level. Like, he's playing a deeper role. He's linking the play. He's moving the ball quick. He's intercepting. And he looks even better. And this is the thing. Having an N'Golo Kante next to you makes you even feel more confident. And yesterday, he's just, all right, he wasn't the guy, you know, he wasn't himself in terms of progressive passing. And there's a good answer to why he wasn't doing that as much, because there wasn't that much up front. He did do a couple over the top to Havertz and Felix. But everything else, you know, the midfield, our midfield looks solid with him in it. Him and N'Golo Kante together are just, they're next, and this is why I said I want to see it. They're next level. Unbelievable. He got man of the match yesterday, yeah, and he just bosses it. But he's being held in a position. He's being held in a position where I don't want to see him, because I know we can get more of him. And if he was in Mateo Kovacic's positions yesterday, and he had two clear chances, we would have scored at least one of them. I am pretty sure, because he can play the 8. He has got the ability to score. He has got that in his pocket. That's what he can do. But we're using him as a deeper role just to control the game, because he can do that. He has the passing ability, the passing range. But I don't want to see Enzo that deep. And when we get a sitter, when we do get someone in, and I hope we do in the summer, I'm telling you now, our midfield will compromise with a sitter, Kante, and Enzo. But Kante and Enzo being the further forward too, and actually having someone behind them sitting. That will be unbelievable then for if Kante can stay fit. If Kante can stay fit, right? Imagine having Enzo, Kante as a 2 and then one sitter behind them. And I'm talking more the bigger games, because we won't always play free midfield. But if we're playing like Champions League away Real Madrid, I think they're going to do this. I think this is the way we'll probably go forward. But Enzo and Kante, for me, have to play. They're just so good. They're just so good, man. So good. Now, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game, because I haven't got much to say. I'm just going to say what I always say to you guys when we talk about it. You might as well put myself on repeat 2 weeks ago, and I would just repeat myself. And I actually get bored. I ain't gonna lie. I get bored talking about it. Liverpool, I'm going to be honest with you. That Liverpool team was one of the worst Liverpool teams I've ever seen. And they rested half their team. Now, we set up well. We didn't play bad. Let's be serious. We wasn't atrocious. We didn't play bad. But, number one, Bruno looked like Potter in disguise with his substitutions, because he decides to bring on his first substitution of Conor Gallagher. All right, he's taking Kante off and we've got to protect him. But Conor Gallagher, right, who was just irrelevant the whole game. You've got Pulisic, Mudryk, Madueke, all these attacking wingers on the bench, and you could have just switched the formation and gone for it. We were on top anyway, but he decides to keep a 3-5-2. And he sets up with a 3-5-2 to use Felix and Havertz as our spearheads in front of goal. And, you know, what did you expect? What did you expect? Saying big up to you, bro. Big up to Zane in the building. So bad. Honestly, bro, it doesn't matter because we could have played to 12 o'clock and we still wouldn't have beaten you. We just don't have the output. And let's be serious. Let's just cut to the crap with this, right? It's been the same for ages. It's not even just now. I get bored of like sitting here talking about it. We can cry about Havertz missing that. I think one of the two Havertz chances that pissed me off was the one that came across and he, side-footed it into Alisson. Yeah, when he should have placed it. Yeah. And the second one was when he got played through by, I think, Kante, and he shot the ball like a 2-year-old baby across the ball, which was shocking. Shocking. And non-defendable. Then there was Mateo Kovacic's chances. Now, we know Mateo Kovacic has no real... He scored when he, randomly in the blue. But other than that, them two chances that he had were criminal. The first one, he runs around the goal, he takes 4 touches, and then decides to shoot. When if that was Enzo Fernandez, he would have just put it past the goalie with 1 touch. Goal. Yeah. The second one, he's through on goal. He's through on goal with the goalie, and he just got this thing about scooping things. I've never seen a player scoop the ball so much than Kovacic. How do you even get it that high when you're in front of goal? I don't really blame him because he's not that. He's never been that player. But if that was Enzo Fernandez in both of them 2 opportunities yesterday, I promise you now, he would have put one of them in the back of the net. Or at least got it on target or hit the post or something. I just don't get it. I just laugh. And then we can talk about Mr. Great Sexy Football João Felix, no output. Because you've got to talk about him as well. Good on the ball again, turns and, does these little movements and gets free kicks. And I like all that. It's all good. That's cool. Yeah. But he overplays it. He overruns things in the final third. He completely overruns things in the final third. He done a great little run on Matip, cut inside. He's in front of goal. Yeah. And then he instead of using his left, he cuts it back on his right and lets Matip tackle him. What is that? What are you doing? He had a shot out inside the box, which he absolutely skied to the Matthew Harding upper. The output is shocking. The output is absolutely shocking. I don't care if he dribbles through people. If you ain't got output, what's the point? And I'm just going to say it as clear as day. And I'm going to say it now. When Nkunku comes through the door, yeah, and if we get a striker, both of them ain't starting for me. Both of them. Kai Havertz and João Felix. I'm telling you, they don't. Because they haven't got the output. You can't have them that far up the pitch. You can't have them that far up the pitch, both of them. Because they haven't got the output. Maybe João Felix in the long run can work on that. I don't know. That's an if. But Nkunku starts for me because he is a killer finisher and he can bring the ball forward. He has the ability to do that. The only thing that slightly recently worries me with Nkunku is the injury. That he's had because he's not played a lot of football with Leipzig. And that's worrying me a little bit. At the back of my head, just a little bit worried about his injury scenario because he's been out for a while. Yeah, but before his injury, he's a gunman. He's a killer. And he would have scored them chances yesterday. I have no doubt Nkunku would have put them in the back of the net. All them 6 chances that I said of Havertz, Felix and Kovacic, Nkunku would have scored. At least 1 or 2 of them. 2 of them, I actually think. And then you're gonna get a striker as well, Osimhen or a Tony or a Vlahovic or whoever, who can actually put the ball in the back of the net. I want killers up front. I am fed up for the last 3 years of watching us have 0 output at the end of when we do create. How many games in the last 2 years, 3 years have we sat here and had created chances and 0 output? Whether it's Kai Havertz, whether it's whoever, Pulisic, Ziyech, yeah, Felix now to a degree. You know, we always had the same problem. Lukaku, back then, same problem. Because even he had chances and he effed them before he left. Like, don't get me wrong, you can miss chances. It's not like you're immune to missing chances. Players miss chances. But we just can't catch a break. You know, Havertz, the one that annoyed me with Havertz the most, I'll tell you the one that annoyed me with Havertz the most, is he gets through on one-on-one with the goalie, the one that he scored. I forgot about that one. The one that he scored. So he runs through on goal, right? And his first touch, once he gets played through by Kante, is shocking. It's absolutely shocking. And he completely plays it further towards Alisson, which means Alisson can come out, and he tries to lift it again. And he likes to lift. And yeah, it works sometimes. It does. Yeah, but where he's overrun it, he's lifted it, it's hit Alisson, and then hit his arm and gone in. Yeah, it could have hit his chest or whatever, and we would have scored. And we would probably been say, yeah, Havertz scored. We won 1-0. Shock. But why get yourself in such a position where you allow the goalie to have that moment? Where you allow your goalie to have that moment, that chance to come out and do like clinical people with confidence. And Havertz said yesterday, we're struggling with confidence. Ever since Potter's left and recently we just not... I can see it across the full front. Then he brings Mudryk on and plays him off the left wing. You know, then he puts Mudryk on as a left wing back, which, okay. But why so late, Bruno? Why? Why are we so late in our substitution making? You can see it's not what, you know, we've had chances, it's not working. Change it up. Put 3 up the top. Take Felix or Havertz, like whoever at that point, whatever you were going to do. And put Mudryk on one side and Pulisic on the other and Sterling. You know, or put Felix deeper. Put Sterling up there, like we did before against Dortmund. Put Mudryk off the left. Madueke off the right. Just go for it. Because Liverpool weren't offering anything. You know, they weren't offering nothing. You know, they weren't offering nothing. And it's a problem. It's a problem. And we're going to continue having this. And this is why I give up trying to actually say the same things. Because people may think I protect Kai Havertz. But I ain't protecting that. I won't protect that. Because he should, and he should be doing better in them positions. I agree with everyone when it comes to one thing with Kai Havertz. He's not consistent enough. And as much as I've defended him for his ability, because I feel he has something about him, yeah, I've also said that he isn't consistent. And I've said that for a very long time. I said that years ago. I've still said it now. It's not consistent in his game. And I don't want him in it as well. I don't want him. He's not the answer. We've got to stop thinking that, oh, he's the answer. Put him on it. I've seen him as well. And it just don't work. He might have actually scored one of the chances. And in the last 10, 15 minutes, maybe we should give him a chance. Maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. Why not? He's a striker. He should be scoring goals. He's the only out-and-out striker we have in our team. He's the only out-and-out striker we actually have in our team. So, you know, play him in the role and give him a chance, I guess. Why not? But I just don't. He doesn't do enough off the ball. He's just not, you know, and we suffer from that. We suffer even more. I don't think he can link up play. I don't think he's got the speed anymore, you know, which is what makes him threatening, you know. In the box, you're going to have to make sure he's in the box and you feed him correctly. He's not strong enough to battle with Konate or Matip. He wouldn't have been. It's just not. We haven't got it, guys. And people say, why do we keep playing Kai Havertz? We haven't got it. Who are we putting on? Sterling's been out for ages, and this is why I stress about it. You keep saying like, drop. For who? Bro is injured. If Bro was fit, we might have been able to play Brower. But we've got nothing up there. We've got nothing. What are you going to do? Put Ziyech there. Pulisic, who's been inconsistent. And just give it. He's not a striker. We've seen him as a 9. He wouldn't have been able to play a 3-5-2 yesterday. He wouldn't have been able to play a 3-5-2 yesterday. He wouldn't have been able to do it because he's not a forward. He's off the wides, like Mudryk, like Madueke. What would we have done? It's like... Hardy. You know what I'm saying, Hardy. He's not a striker. We can't force him to play in a 3-5-2 as a striker. So what he done yesterday, Bruno, was play the 2 10s that run into the striker positions. That's what we did. Because that's all we could do. We've got to look past that, Sam. I can't. Yeah, Olba for 20 minutes. Why not? Yeah, we'll give him a go, but he's still not the answer. Datro Fofana, did we not watch him the last game round? Yeah, again, give him 15, 20 minutes. Maybe. I agree. One of the two. Give him some time. But, you know, I feel like we were always going to have this issue until we have killers. Hungry killers in front of goal. And we've not had it for 3 years, and I'm just tired of talking about it. Tired of sitting here moaning about, oh, Havertz did this, Havertz. Or Felix. Or Pulisic. I know we have to talk about it, but it's just why? Like, we know what the issues are. You know, we're not stupid. We know what our issues are. I can't. No, Joe, no, hell, no. Just keep him away. You know, on the flip side of it, the bright side of it, Kante and Enzo were brilliant. They were. Kovacic wasn't. Kovacic had a stinker. Kovacic had an absolute stinker. Oh, I don't have any more to say, really, because for me now, it's just vibes. It's just pure vibes. Pure vibes, guys. We're mid-table. We're fighting for nothing anyway. What are we fighting for in the domestic league? Do you know what I mean? All they can do now is play for the badge, which they haven't been doing of recent. Let's be serious. You know, and try and build up some sort of performance to go and play against Real Madrid, where we, you know, I don't even know with Real Madrid. All I know is if we have Bruno Sousa in charge of Real Madrid, we are playing a 3-5-2. I'm telling you now. If Bruno Sousa is managing Chelsea, by the time we get to Real Madrid, he is playing a 3-5-2, and he is playing the exact same team, barring maybe Thiago Silva, because Thiago Silva will be back then. You have, and I can tell you now, Kepa, Fofana, Silva, probably Cucurella, even though I'd probably play Badiashile. He'll have the same three, Kovacic, Enzo, Kante in the middle, and he'll play James and Chilwell, and then he'll play the two non-outputs up front, the two that struggle to score in front of goal. You know, I don't even want to stick up for Kai Havertz because I can't like what. You know, yeah, he scores on the odd occasion, but he just don't do it enough anymore. And you know, and that's the problem. He is getting good chances, you know, and I can't defend yesterday's performance. I just can't. I can't. It's not right to do that. I'd be lying to myself. However, it's just not him. It's just not him because there's others. There's others, and that's what I will say. Oh yeah, shit, Badiashile can't play, can he? Can't play. It'd probably be Koulibaly or Cucurella off the left. Bring back Mount. Do you guys want to see Mason Mount back in the team? Anyone? Guys, over 350 of you here. Big up to every single one of you guys. Let's smash the likes, guys, because I know we ain't got enough likes. So please, if you can, let's get this over 100 likes on both. Come on. I'm watching the thumbs now. How quick can we get these thumbs up? We'll get the panel in to discuss the game. Talk about individual players. I'm not going to talk about every single player. I'm going to just talk about individual players with them. The panel have been sent the link. So they should be in a second. Same old. You know, same old. Mount. Let's see what people are saying about Mount. Mount doesn't improve us. What does he? I don't think he could play in a 3-5-2. He can, but he'd have to time off. He would have to come on for Kovacic, and then go into more of like a 10 role, if that makes sense. That would be more like a 3-2, 3-4-1-2. That makes sense. We'd play more of a 3-4-1-2. But OG in the building.
Yo, bro, man, you haven't been seeing the group, bro. Back and forth on Kante, bro. Back and forth on Kante.
What are they talking about Kane for? He's the last person we should be talking about.
That's what I'm saying, bro. People are still doubting my brother, man. They don't want to give him that contract. They're like, oh, it's just a one-off.
Who's doubting him in that group? Who's doubting him in that group? I need to know.
All right, Don is a bit like and obviously Andrew's like, nah, we haven't seen enough. You guys aren't like Lewis's panel. Lewis's panel I was always defending Kante. Like, at least we're a bit more. Oh, Mr. Gum.
I don't get why they're talking about Kante out of every player.
Oh, he's gonna get injured again. You know, Don's here, but Don knows what one. Like the Kante.
I'll say this one thing on Kante, and then I'll let you all go about the game. And like I said, I've said what I've got to say. I've kept it how it should have been. But at the end of the day, with Kante, if that is the Kante that we're going to get, if that's the Kante that we're going to get in the next, I don't know, for the rest of this season, then he stays. But with Kante, it's not about his performances; it's about his injuries. Can we make sure that he can stay fit? Because when he's fit, he starts. End of. That's it. Like it's not.
Would you like to ask OG who brought Kante up as a conversation start?
Oh, go on, OG. I don't know. I was live.
What was it? What's his handle? It wasn't you, Andrew.
No, I didn't bring Kante up. I was responding. That's the whole point.
Yeah, what's the brother with the 2 stars and the fist and the heart? He didn't even put his name there, man.
Was it forward?
Oh, forward.
Forward.
Yeah, forward. Yeah.
My thing was this. Basing it on his performance last night, yeah, it was great, but I need a bigger sample than 65 minutes.
Come on, man. After what Conte's delivered,
how about the close behind game door where he got man of the match? You got man of the match in the close behind game door.
Right. Important
the game that you did not watch.
Behind closed doors game.
Come on now.
They don't really
you didn't even watch it. What are you talking about? But like, honestly, you need more than 6. You need more after what you've seen from Conte over the course of his career.
More?
Because he's not played well for 2 years. Yes.
You're acting like Oliver Twist, man.
That's not true. You see, and that's the problem that I have with people that are like, "Oh my God, get rid of Conte."
No, but the Tottenham game, he was man of the match for the Tottenham game before he got injured.
One game.
Yeah, the one game that you.
I was actually at that game, so he was man of the match, bro.
Where was his performances before that? I just want to hear it.
What I would say is where I agree with Andrew is, and I don't think
revisionism again on Kante. Revisionism
is that there was parts of last season where he couldn't even pass a ball, and I was moaning about it.
Yeah,
you know, like there
was
games.
When? Tell me when.
There was
Give me a game. Other than Real Madrid, give me a game.
I can't act like he wasn't, but it doesn't mean I don't want him. I'm just saying he struggled.
Give me examples. The only time I ever hear that is
every league game he played last season. Every league game he played last season.
Okay, so let's look at his stats from last season then, because you guys are killing me, man. About Conte. My God,
it's not. It doesn't.
He wasn't great, but it's not to the point where I'm saying get rid of him.
No. It wasn't that.
United.
There we go. Thank you, Lewis.
There was games. That's what I'm saying. He's not always.
Everyone had a bad game in this fan base. You're not allowed to doubt him. You're not allowed
Madrid
to
home and away. He's saying here as well, Lewis.
What?
Madrid home and away. Please, man.
Home, maybe away. No way.
Please, he was crap in those games.
Okay, so let's see here.
He cost us
Everton,
in the second leg.
7.8.
By the way, I'm just saying he wasn't that good last season. I know what they're saying. Like I'm just, sticking to that.
He was playing with a injury. It's like when a fighter goes into a fight with an injury. That's how he was playing. Now he's 100% fit. He done the maddest rehab, stem cells. He went in. I'm going to upload a little docu-series on the group. Bro, this guy's not the same.
If N'Golo Kante can play exactly
N'Golo Kante was a 7.01 last year. 86.7% passing accuracy. 2 man of the matches, 7.01 overall. That's on who scored. So you guys have this ability. You guys have this way of like just highlighting like 1 and 2 games, and to say, oh my God, we have to get rid of him.
No.
The games he played, it was a 7.01.
You said
Lewis, man, you come on, bro, man.
You thought we couldn't bring
Look
up
at the
anything, and
stats.
once
They're
we
right
had,
there for you. He's giving away the ball.
Lewis
He's
is coming now.
86.7% passing.
Lewis, set the record.
Sorry, I don't have long.
He's got a 7.0 GPA average.
Bro, here's the thing. Like, stats aren't 100% accurate. How many times
Of
have we?
course they're not. 86.7% passing is not 100% accurate.
Just use your eyes, man. He wasn't prime Kante last season.
86.7% accuracy.
From what
wasn't,
I
bro.
was watching of N'Golo Kante last season, he wasn't good enough. He wasn't.
Bro,
Like,
Lewis,
now,
have you ever heard?
Game, like, fair play to him. I'm not taking anything away from the performance they had yesterday, and I hope he continues to have performances like that.
Exactly, yeah.
But we're not going to pretend he was good last season.
Bro,
he wasn't.
You were as good as your last fight, and his last fight was against Tottenham, and he was man of the match for that game before he got injured.
Won man of the match awards and said, "I don't even know how I've won it." They're not fully accurate.
I'll give you that. But
is passing accuracy?
No, the man of the match.
Well, how many? Wait. We're talking about passing accuracy. Are we taking each pass how many yardage it was? If it was back to his goalkeeper?
What does it matter? What does it matter?
Just saying
What are you
of course it
talking
matters.
about?
Of course it matters.
Come on, man. When you're talking about that, you got to use your eyes, though, Couch. You can't just talk about stats. You can't just talk about stats.
So now it's passing range and not his ability to pass the ball.
Yeah, but what my eyes were telling me last season is that Kante, that wasn't Kante.
Hey, Couch, listen, we're all going to prove them wrong anyway. He's going to smack up Wolves. He's going to do his bits against Madrid, and then everyone's going to be like, oh, give him a new 2-year contract. And then me and you're going to be here like, yo, what we've been saying this whole time.
Hang on. I didn't say that.
We're not saying don't re-sign him, though. We're saying let's see what happens based on the games that are played.
Listen, I said it 3 times now. I said if he plays like he did yesterday, more consistently, it's not about his ability for me. It's about him just staying fucking fit. And if he stays fit, he starts.
The only reason I can question Kante,
if he continues playing like he did yesterday,
is the amount of money he's paid. That's the only thing. That is the only thing that you can.
It's not even a lot of money, bro. 200k a week, like
he's almost making 300k a week. Of course, that's a big.
The only thing.
I swear it's 215 or something crap.
You cannot tell me.
I think it's 200.
Oh my god, the injuries, man. The guy was injured last year, and he played what? How many games last year?
So
how many games did he play last year?
Injured for 4
A
years.
lot of them.
He's not been constantly injured for 4 years.
He played almost 30 games last year.
Has he been constantly injured, missing parts of the season for 4 years? Yes or no?
Yes, but he played almost 30 games
so the
last
injuries
year.
come into it. He's coming back.
So
up
he
to
played
7
more than
months.
It's because he deferred the surgery. He deferred the surgery, like.
If you could have
So he's an
Kante
idiot.
for 30 games, is that not enough for you? If you could have Kante for 30
It's not,
games.
because he played crap in most of them.
He was a 701. What are you talking about?
I don't care. Kai Havertz is our most creative player, apparently.
He played crap. I judge your ability to judge the game. I judge your ability to watch the game and understand what you're seeing there. You said a 701, it doesn't matter.
Kai Havertz is our most creative player, apparently.
Right.
A 7.1.
Yeah, 7.01 for the season.
Anyway.
Okay. Havertz got a 7.1 yesterday, and he was shit. So that don't make sense.
Nah, Havertz is cursed, man. That's cursed Kai. I feel bad for him, bro.
No, that's what I mean. So was Kai Havertz good yesterday? Got 7.1.
No, he weren't good yesterday.
If he moved his hand out the way.
There we go.
This is why I'm not going to judge things based off who scored or sofa score. I'm going to base off what I saw.
Exactly.
What I would say is, with the eye test. What I'd say with the eye
Kai
test.
Havertz got a 627 yesterday. What are you guys talking about?
That's too high.
Somewhere I saw he got a 7.1. I saw a 7.1.
Well, it depends what website you go on.
6.2.
Must be a different website then. Must be.
Well, I'm on a different website, but I'm telling you the website that I'm looking at, Kante was a 7.01 last season, and Kai Havertz was a 6.27 yesterday.
Guys,
so what are we talking about here?
That's stats, but that's fine with stats. But what I'm saying
stats.
is, the thing with eye test,
now it's not about the stats.
Guys, let me just
listen, James. You said it.
That's all good. I've got to go live anyway. So
Cool. We'll jump on in a bit. But James, you said it, bro. The future. Let's just pause the past for a moment. Yeah.
One second. Let's just quickly say something. The thing with the eye test thing, right? Stats. You have to look at both, and you have to look at it both with a balance, because stats are the stats. That is stats for you, right? But at the same time, the problem with the eye test is that we all look at the game differently. So even though we might feel like that we played really well, others might look at it and go, well, actually we played really crap. We can do like this is the problem. So again with eye test, it's all about a matter of how you feel and opinion and what you're seeing. So look, I'm not saying like sell Kante. I'll never ever say that. But what I would say,
you can never say that, man. Knowing he's the best player on the pitch for us. How can you ever say that?
No, I wouldn't. But and I thought Enzo looked better.
Don't ever diss the king. You might get your head chopped off. That sort of thing.
Definitely not. Definitely don't diss the king.
You know what, man?
Let's move to the Liverpool game quickly. Let's move to the Liverpool game because we've not.
Why?
We got it quickly. I mean, it's the same story. I've already said what I've had to say in terms of it's the issue with output. We know the issue we have there with output. It's the same shit. So, I mean, go on. What do you want to say about what you saw yesterday in terms of performance?
Predictable, mate. Predictable, man.
Bruno Silva for Real Madrid.
Bro, when I saw his initials on his jumper, BS, I was like, oh, they're joking me. He's BS. That's literally what he is. He's a bullshit artist. He's a pot of mime. Like, even the thing he said afterwards, the boys gave it everything they got.
How are you really gonna be ripping on Salter in his first game as a manager? Like, really, you're gonna rip on this guy?
Bro, he said the boys gave everything they got. Like,
I mean, he did
how many
make
opportunities do we have to score goals? And those guys.
No, but Couch, he's taking the piss. You know, he's going online. He's seeing what's being spoofed about, the memes, and he's like, I'm gonna say the same thing. The boys gave everything they got.
All I gotta say, OG, is like what you gathered from the game yesterday was the fact that he said the lads gave everything. You're talking about Salter right now. You're not looking at Gummies and Skittle Bears who freaking.
Nah, he's cursed, bro. He's cursed. The Hogwarts curse, until all of Potter's stuff is gone, that curse is not going away.
No, I'm sorry. Gummies and Skittle Bears is
substitutions.
Bro, that was a crazy one. Like, who the hell hits their hand back like that? It's the same sub as Potter.
His first substitution was Gallagher. Like, that goes to tell me everything. When you've got Pulisic, fucking Madueke, Mudryk, all these players on the pitch are on the bench, you decide to put Conor Gallagher on. Why not switch the system? Let me just say something real quickly. Liverpool, that was the worst Liverpool team that I've seen. Couch, 1 second. That is the worst Liverpool team that I have seen in a while. Let's not sit here and lie. Liverpool were poor. They were piss poor yesterday.
Terrible.
Your life.
Why did we not switch it up with all the attacking players that we had on the pitch to try and just go and win it?
You know what pisses me off as well?
Kai Havertz and Felix.
He's the shook one.
Hit a barn door right now. Change it up.
Jem. My problem with that as well, is how long he took to make these subs. But again, I didn't expect anything different because this is a man that was saying Potter did a great job here. So I knew it would just be part 2 of what we've been seeing. I knew it would dominate the game. I knew it would take chances.
Why are we talking about the manager?
No, but I'm not.
Bro, the guy was got told to be put on the job, bro.
What does yesterday have to do with Bruno?
Couch.
Bro, he's 2 days into the job.
I'm not focusing on the manager. The point that I'm making is literally backing the point that you're making. I'm saying I knew it would be the same thing. So let's not waste any energy speaking about Bruno because I knew it would be the same thing. I knew it would be the same thing,
man.
That's my point. So there's no point talking about him because we knew it was going to be the same thing.
Well, not really, because he played us in a 3-5-2 formation, which we've not played under Potter anyway. So he actually changed it in theory.
You know, he did, and he went.
Three at the back is three at the back, man. Listen, he's part of the Brighton gang that came through. One of the 4 or 5 people. I thought they all got sacked, like apart from that Swedish fellow. They kept him as well, man. They need to get rid of all of them. Like they just all cursed, bro.
Bro. It's not about the cursing of the manager right now. It's about the players on the pitch. They all had 1v1 opportunities on goal and missed every one of them. That has nothing to do with the manager. I'm sorry. You cannot.
I'm sorry, man. You don't understand the powers of black magic. You never been Hogwarts, fam. I'm not even joking. You think I'm not even joking? I want everything that touched Potter gone. I want them all gone.
Just change your name to Juju, man. Your name is Juju, man. From now on, okay?
I've got the anti-Juju here, man. I have to get rid of the aim.
The witch.
The witch doctor for real, man.
There's no cutting corners about the output. I've sat here already for the last half hour talking about the same crap. We have the same problem. We know the problems with in front of goal. It's the same thing. When Kovacic is in the box having 2 of your best chances, what do you expect? Like, come on. Like, it's just not good enough. You know, Havertz as well saying not good enough. João Felix, as good sexy as he is on the ball, not good enough. Still in front of goal. Like, same things. Like, we need killers. And this is why I said, Nkunku comes in and we get a striker. I don't care the war between, who's Havertz, Felix. They're both on the bench.
There's no war between Havertz and Felix.
They're both on the bench.
Let's just be real here.
Yeah, but don't you want to wipe everyone stay clean? Don't you want to give everyone a clean slate? They want to give everyone a clean slate when the new system comes in, when the new manager. Right now, I can't give them a new slate because
some of these players another clean slate.
I'm gonna give them 1-2 months. Fuck it. If Enrique comes in, I'll give it to them.
Hang on.
OG, can I just say this real quick?
Hang on.
There's no war between
how many
Havertz
slates does
and
Kai Havertz
Felix.
need?
No, I don't know.
Fourth manager. How many slates does Kai Havertz need for his fourth manager? How many slates?
This don't count as a slate, but 3. I'll give him 3 slates.
It's 4 managers. It's
This one don't count, bro.
It's Lampard, Tuchel, and Potter. He's on to his 4th manager. How many slates does he need before you go, actually, he's not the player who he told us he was going to be?
This is it. This is the last one. Like, this is if Enrique comes in next week until the end of the season.
No. It's not about that. We've wasted enough time with this guy already. He's not going to
get gummy bears on the bench, man.
We've wasted too much time.
Look, you speak. We can't do nothing, Don. We can't sell him now. We have to wait anyway. If Enrique comes in, he gets a king slate automatically. It's not like his summer. Until summer, then you can start.
What I'm saying is, if the problem here is how we're going to make Felix and Kuku a striker work and that, what I'm saying is we're going to have to offload Havertz. I'm sorry, we have to offload that man.
I don't want to see Felix and Kuku as our front two. Are you mad?
No.
I mean, I'll stop him for Osimhen, but I don't know just about throwing him away like that. We need someone in before we could get rid of him.
No, I wouldn't get rid of him.
Quality. That's what I'm saying. I want quality.
I need consistency.
And for me, when you look at the quality of the overall individual, you can't even. There's no comparison between what I see from Kai Havertz and João Felix. I'm sorry, there's no comparison.
Football, you just like him dribbling with the ball. It makes you excited.
Yeah, that's an important aspect of the game.
Like,
that's an important aspect of the game.
That is literally it.
He can disrupt lines with that.
Jem, this is the thing that I had with you the other week though. I was saying that why have you got so much patience for Havertz, but you just don't have the same patience for Felix?
Because I've argued this question to you guys 400 times. You want to spend 80 million, which is going to put more in Kai Havertz for a player
we don't know what the number is.
Output. Makes
we
sense.
don't know what the number is. What I know is, as far as a footballer goes, you cannot tell me that Kai Havertz is anywhere near João Felix. You cannot tell me that.
Nowhere there.
You cannot tell me that. So if we can swap João Felix for Havertz, I'm doing that right now, man. I'm just doing that. I don't think anyone in the right mind would not.
80 million.
That's not the answer, though, man.
That's not the answer.
They're both. Let's be honest. They both needed the answers.
We need a striker and we need Enrique on the pitch. They're the two that should be leading the line, not Felix. Still. And if it means
we need Victor.
I'm talking about like linking the play between the midfield and the attackers.
Forget that. If it means we don't get Felix,
why forget that though? Why is that not important to you?
One second. All I'm saying is, if it means that to get a striker, we don't get Felix, I'm getting a striker.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but what he's saying is we just get rid of Kai and get a striker in. I mean, and that's the ideal world. I just don't see who will give us 70 mil, 80 mil for Kai, and then we just add another 40 mil and get Osimhen or Ramos.
Why do you need to take 60 or 70?
Take 50 and run with it, man. Take 40.
Maybe you have to add 100 just to get a Victor.
Why do you need to take 50? Just take 40 for Kai. You don't need to.
Oh, you're mocking it, Andrew.
Why are you telling me he's only lost 12 million value since he joined here? Are you mad? He's like
that's the nuts, bro. He's still young. He's still good looking, model German. He still plays the German national team, even though it's the penalty the other day. He's still on that team.
And he's shit for them as well.
Honestly, if I had my choice between strikers right now, and I know I'm spitting for forward right now, I'm looking at Tony. I'm looking at Tony right now.
With that. I
don't even know if Osimhen, like honestly, I don't even know if Osimhen has the stature to like play in the Premier League right now, because right now we just don't have a reference point as a striker.
Think of this, Couch. Napoli, before he even exploded onto this last 2 seasons, bought him for 80 million euros. They bought him for 80 million euros before he had these last season and a half where he's just exploded, right? That's 80 they bought him in for. Think of what they want for him. They want double that.
That's crazy. 140 sounds about right.
No, they want that. And I agree with you. Tony would be a good option, a very, very good option. It's only people got snobbery because he plays for Brentford. I'm
all right with
that. I think also this club woke. This club is so woke. Yeah, we won't take anyone with any controversy. Like anyone that's not Mr. Perfect. Todd Rose, no, I don't want this person representing our club. That's what I think.
Eat gummy bears and Skittles on the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
That's controversial enough.
That's as woke as you can get, bro. Skittles, the colour rainbow.
We've got
all I'm saying is, I want
coaching in the youth team. What do you talk about controversy for? John Terry in the coaching system at the Bridge. What are you talking about?
No, they would have. You know what? You're right. John Terry thinks that. Yeah. Fair point.
Bro, no one cares
guys,
about
guys,
controversy
what-
when you win games
Sorry,
and
Jem.
plumbing
It's
trophies,
all right,
man.
don't worry.
No
I
one
will
cares.
get to talk in a second. Anyway,
Sorry.
what I'm trying to say is all I want now, and I'm fed up of it because output's been a problem not just this season. How many seasons have we suffered where we've created and we've drawn and lost games due to output? Would you say it's more? When you look at all the games that we play, we say that's more of the problem that we tend to have in games. Yeah,
Absolutely.
So all
I don't think we
Probably
have
at least
any
over
of that.
all I'm saying I want is killers, people that have just got that killer instinct that's going to put it in the back of the net.
We keep on buying the secondary target, like the secondary option in terms of like striking ability. We never get like the primo striker and the guy that's going to bang in 25, 30 goals for you. Like we just don't do that. We get the auxiliary striker, the guy that can get you like 10 goals, 3 assists or something like that. Like we don't get the out and out, I'm going to score you 30 goals striker. That's the problem I see. And then on top of that, like, I don't know, like every time we've gone for a striker, every time we just haven't been able to identify the right one. We have not been able to do that.
We should get both.
It's probably the wrong profile that we've been getting.
Well, we should get both Ramos and
We've
Victor
been trying to
Osimhen.
get the creme de la creme strikers, but they either
but the thing is, guys, I think
by different clubs.
Yeah, but a lot of people are ignoring the fact, that we weren't even creating these chances not too long ago. And these chances were only coming from Chilwell and Reece James. And when they were out of the team, we weren't creating nothing. We weren't.
We still had 1 or 2 blinking chances a game where we should be scoring.
We're creating a lot of chances at the moment. Yeah, we have literally have not got a finisher. We haven't got a finisher. But what I can say for Felix, right? Look, I agree with everything that you're saying in terms of output. He definitely needs to improve his output. Yeah, but from what I've seen from him, right, away from the output, is definitely something that we can utilize with a proper striker.
The thing is,
I'm telling you that now. I'm
no
telling you that
offense,
now.
right?
Right now,
No
Hassan,
offense.
let me just finish my point, bro. Yeah, what we're doing right now, we're expecting Felix to do what he does best, and then we're expecting him to finish chances when we know he's not a finisher. He can't do both. He can't do both.
What
I'm saying is, that's something that's something, right, that can be coached into him. That's something that can be coached into him. He's still a young player.
Oh no.
He's still a young player. When it comes to finishing, when it comes to simple things in football, like just opening your body up. When it comes to decision making, these are little things that Felix can definitely iron out in his game. Let's not act okay, but it's not. He's getting himself in good positions to score, and a lot of the chances he's missed have literally been hitting the post, millimeters here and there. I know yesterday was quite bad in terms of actually getting it off target completely, but let's not act as if Felix is getting it, skying it over all the time like cover. He's completely different to that. No, yesterday he did, but how many times did he hit the post?
Yeah, but it was only one.
Yeah, so I'm not looking. What I've seen from him is someone that I feel that we can develop and still build with, especially with what we haven't got in this team. We haven't got a player like Felix. We don't, man. What it is, I get it. I agree with what you're saying, Jem. When it comes to the monetary aspect, I agree with it. 100%. Yeah, but when you've got an opportunity to sign a player like Felix in the project that we've got right now, you take that opportunity. And if you've got to get rid of Havertz, right, who's a similar player but offers a lot less, then I'm sorry, I've got to take that opportunity.
No, but Don, the problem is though, Jem, you remember when we brought in Havertz, we said similar things. What Havertz brings in, brings the exact same. We had the same convo, man. His weaknesses can be coached and developed. He's young. He's this. He's that, man. They're both similar players. They're both not the right answers, man.
Look at the baseline. Hassan, please, bro. Look at the baseline.
It's deja vu, man. I'm not having this Felix discussion, man.
Hassan, look at the baseline. Look at the baseline between Havertz and Felix. You can't look at Havertz and say that Felix is. Sorry, you can't look at Havertz and say that they even.
So when we brought in Havertz, was he not upgrade from our attack?
Okay,
but Hassan, I agree with Don. Ever since Felix came in, we've been making double the chances since Felix came in. It's not coincidence. We've been, but we just need a striker, man. We just need an Osimhen or Gonzalo Ramos.
Not the answer. I just think we get someone better.
He ain't the answer, Sway.
What it is, Hassan. What it is the money. The money is the main sticking point here. I understand, like, why we got
it's his output, it's his package, it's people basically finding this aura or fancies him, bro. That's what it is, bro. He's got that silky touch. He's just someone's wet dream, bro. That's what it is, man. What
Wait, Hassan. Honestly, do you honestly feel that Felix is not going to improve his output at all in his career now? And bearing in mind, it's 23. Bearing in mind, it's 23.
You're saying
I'm doing this based off what I've heard
million
from Havertz as well, bro, and he's a similar
How
profile.
many games?
One
How
at a
many?
time. One at a time.
By the way, yeah, I'm not comparing Havertz to Felix because Havertz was a different. Not Havertz, sorry, Hazard. Sorry, what am I talking about? Havertz. Jesus Christ, Hazard. Yeah, I'm not comparing Hazard to Felix in any way. But how many games did we watch Hazard at the Bridge and away where he wouldn't get a goal and assist and he'd still get man of the match because of what he's done overall in the game?
They're not comparable though. They're not comparable, dog. They're not comparable by a mile.
The point that I'm making is Felix can affect the game without getting a goal or an assist. Yes,
and
his output does need to improve. His output does need to improve. When you look at his output does need to improve. The only thing that Jem ever says with Havertz is, "Oh, look who's created more chances." It always goes down to
Havertz. I'm talking about Felix.
Okay, but Jem, can I just say this? Do you value somebody that can just stable the lines, break the lines, use their dribbling to get into spaces, create space? Do you value that in your team?
We do value that, but
hold on.
The thing is, though, my question is, does he warrant the money?
1 second, bro. Jem, do you value that in your team?
I think it's important in a team. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, so you do agree that he provides that in spades when you look at what he does versus what Havertz does, right?
I think he has the ability to pick the ball up and link play and allow us to move into quick transitions because he's good with the ball at his feet. He's dribbling ability. But yes, he has the ability to do that. Yes, I agree. Right. But I've always said that about him. I haven't got a problem with him for that. My problem is this. He will start it and let me tell you something. Most of the times, he will finish it.
Because he's true. And not finish it well. Yeah, I agree
finish it. Yeah, that's my problem with him. Yeah, it's like, all of that. Yeah. It's like watching William.
Hey, whoa!
Do you say William?
I don't tolerate William Slender. I don't tolerate
Don't say shots to the Afro, man.
Nah, man. There's so many times. There's so many times I've seen Felix create chances for himself, and out of nothing. Yes, his finishing is poor, right? Like I've said, it's been poor. But there's so many times I've seen this guy create a chance out of absolutely nothing, where there's no one around him and he's got the ball at his feet, and he manages to get a shot away, or someone gets a last-ditch challenge. Again, when it comes to things like that, that goes down to decision making. Like yesterday, when he had that chance up against Matic, yeah, if he shot first time on his left foot, that would have gone bottom bingo. But what did he do? He tried to cut in and take it. These are things I'm talking about. You can iron this out of someone's game. Look at Marcus Rashford. What's happened when they brought in this coach from South Africa?
I hear you.
He's been firing up there. Let me finish, Jim. Let's not act like Felix hasn't got the ability to build off of. That's my point here. Like we're talking, this guy is rubbed. Like he's shown us more than Havertz has in 3 years, bro. I was backing Havertz.
Let me say this. Let me show you this. Let me say this. So you understand?
Yeah? I was defending Havertz to a lot of rivals. I gave him a year. I said, nah, it's been a year in. I've seen little bits and bobs, flashes here and there. Let's go into the second season. Let's see how he does.
Yes, but is there a chance that Felix will do the same?
I was still defending this guy. Second season in, yeah. I was still defending this guy, saying I see a little something there, but it's been too long now, and it's the same thing.
Can two things not be true? Can two things not be true?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I feel like a lot of people are speaking as if the problems that Felix has aren't things that can't be ironed out. You can iron these things out. Cover, that finishing for cover, you cannot iron that out.
That's but we don't expect cover to finish. I don't think there's a problem with Felix. I just feel like if he had a top striker, none of us would be talking about this.
My problem. You just said, OG, yeah, you don't expect cover to finish chances, right?
Of course.
But if Jem had this conversation with me about Felix before he signed for Chelsea, I would have told him that he's not clinical. I would have told him this. So the expectations he has.
Because when it comes to João Felix being the last man to make the right pass with decision making, he doesn't show me that he's got it in his locker to do it enough. So that's a problem for me.
You can say that, but who has he had as a striker?
I reckon he doesn't trust him. Yeah, he doesn't trust who's up front.
When we get a striker, you just want him to be the creator in the 10. So does he have the right decision making?
He's got to play the ball.
My thing is, this is all irrelevant when we get a striker because I want Nkunku before Havertz or Felix. So I don't know why we're talking about this. It's like we're arguing about a position that's a luxury position.
No,
It's a luxury position.
True. I don't think that Nkunku does the same things that Felix does. To be honest, I don't think that he's the epitome of a shadow striker to me. The epitome.
He's so clinical, and Nkunku's clinical. I'll give him that.
What I'm saying is, I would trade that clinicality. I would trade Nkunku's clinicality for Felix's ability to create chances off the fly. And I'm telling you that. Because in this team right now, we have no killers. We have no one other than Reece James is the best finisher at the club right now. Do you know how mad that is? We don't have anyone up front.
You should have scored yesterday.
What a finisher, but he doesn't play. He doesn't play.
Nah, he should have scored yesterday.
About Lukaku, if you're talking about Lukaku right now, I'm talking
about Aubameyang. Aubameyang can still finish.
We're not scouts.
Potter ruined Aubameyang. Like now, Aubameyang wants nothing to do with Chelsea. That's Potter's fault. That's literally Potter's fault.
Listen, we've got a finisher there, right? Let's not act like Aubameyang's. Listen, Aubameyang can't get around the pitch the way he used to, but the least that he can do is still finish chances. He can still finish chances.
No, Don, you're right, but he's not going to play for our team
early. Yeah, no, of course he doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. You're saying we haven't got a finish in the squad. I'm saying that we do, but we just don't play him. We don't play him.
I can't lie.
We're never going to play him. We're never going to play him unless. Enrique's the one in London right now, so he's favourite for me. Unless he stops playing Aubameyang, you're never gonna see Aubameyang play Chelsea.
I agree. Just say that OG said before you go, right? If we get Luis Enrique, there is no points of having the 10s. Any of them.
That's
true. That's true.
He's gonna want wide, technical wingers. And
the craziest thing is, I don't even know if we have the wide technical wingers. That's
we have Modric.
No. Modric and Madueke, but I'm saying they're raw right now, man. They need time. And Enrique
starting as well.
I don't think Enrique is developing those wingers. Enrique is looking for a Mahrez. He's looking for proven wingers right now because that's how Enrique uses his style of play.
I mean, Sterling's proven to a degree, even though he's past his best.
I think he'll play the 4-3-3, and I think he won't have. I think what he'll do is he'll have a free midfield, one that's a commanding sitter, which we read earlier on is what he wants. If he comes in, he wants a commander, and I think in front of him he'll have Enzo, who needs to be in Kovacic's positions. Because let's be serious, Enzo would have scored one of them two yesterday? I think he would have.
Yep.
Yeah.
You give all those chances, Enzo buries them.
No idea.
I think he does, Andrew. He's not Kovacic.
Okay, I think he scores the second half one. I think he definitely scores because there was no excuse for Kovacic to hit that over the way he did when he had the.
I mean, it's a good spine. Imagine that spine: Thiago, Kante, Enzo, and then I don't know who's going to be up front.
I love that midfield. We just need a sitter now in that midfield. I love what I saw yesterday, barring Kovacic. I'll be honest with you, because he didn't have.
You know what, guys? Yeah. I was watching West Ham Southampton the other day. I put it in the group. Yeah, I was watching Lavia versus Rice, and Lavia moved me that day. I can't lie. I'm not saying that.
I'm glad you came to
you're late to the party.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying no. I've watched Lavia in more than enough games this season. More than enough games. That game he did play better than Rice. I'll be real.
Don, respectfully, who was better in that game? No bias. Who was better in that game, Lavia or Rice?
You guys know I'm honest. Lavia was better in that game.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you for being honest. I respect you.
I've got no agendas. When it comes to football, I use my eyes and I look at who I prefer in how I sort of. Lavia's not a starter. No, Lavia's definitely starting for Chelsea. You mad?
He walks in the team.
Also, let me big up Couch, because Couch was talking about Lavia before Lavia was even a target, bro. Couch was pushing this since we were looking for people. So
Lavia's good.
Since they beat us.
From the time I just want to stand someone else. From the time the transfer window was about to close, and I heard that we're in for him for 50 million. That's when I started being like, "Yo, word?
Yeah,
really? Yeah, we need to sign this kid, man."
Because I saw your video on him, and I was like, yeah, Couch is spinning facts.
Guys, let's move away from the forward line. I'm getting a bit bored of always talking about output. We know the situation, right? Let's talk about the midfield, because obviously it looks like we may in Real Madrid play the three in the middle with what we saw yesterday. Would you be happy to see that if it means that we suffer going forward a bit, or do you think we should go back to a 2 pivot and play?
It depends on the game.
I've got an unpopular opinion here.
1 second, OG.
You go first, bro.
Yeah. It just depends on the game for me, because we need we can't go with two strikers up top that can't score. We need as many options to score goals on the pitch as possible. So for me, it would be the base setup will have to be a 3-4-3 with Kante and Enzo in the midfield, and whoever, I don't even know who the striking options are, but I don't think that we can just say that we can just go with two strikers up top and expect to score. Like we saw that yesterday. So it's either that but in certain games when we know that within the midfield needs to be tightened up in the middle and we have to be able to play, a little bit more defensively and maybe play on the counter, then maybe the 3-5-2 might be the way to go there. But overall, I think it's 3-4-3, to be honest. I think we need as much attackers on the pitch as possible, regardless of whether or not they can.
I don't like seeing Enzo playing that deep, I'll be honest with you. It really hurts me. I know he can do it and he played well yesterday from it, but it just limits him so much. And it frustrates me, because he should be effective. He'd be so much more effective further up the pitch, picking balls over the top and whatever, and being in Kovacic's position outside the box instead of hitting him shooting. Do you know what I mean? Like just having him further up the pitch is what I need. I need to see Enzo.
Bro, you guys are not gonna like my opinion, yeah. This we do choose against Wolves. Same thing, just put Mount for cover because I think Kante will just remember Pogba with Kante, just another level, the key. I just want to see either Mount's going to level up and go, yeah, Kante's back, I'm going to do my thing, or he's going to flop against Wolves, and that's the end of that, literally. So it's a win-win for me. Just instead of Kovacic, put Mount there. He might get a goal, he might get an assist, then the next game. If he flops against Wolves with Kante and Enzo in the field, even I can't defend him, you know what I mean?
You think Mount, Kante, and Enzo should be tried in a free? Maybe.
Bro, that chance Kovacic was trying to attack out of them ones. I was like, nah, that's not. We should put Mount there. Like, you should even put him as a sub. That was a bit of a mockish having him on the bench and not bringing him on, bringing on Gallagher.
Do you not think we'll be a little open defensively in the midfield?
I'm never worried about the defense, bro. Okay, right now Thiago's not there, yeah. But if Thiago Silva is back, I would not be worried at all. Koulibaly is the only thing that slightly worries me.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying when you have the Thiago Silva, Badashi.
Once you have Thiago Silva, bro, that's it. Like, forget that defensive talk. We're wrapped. I just want to see Mount either put the sword in the enemy's face or shank himself. None of this sitting on the bench thinking going to fight it. It's one or the other, bro. It's one or the other, man. Just give him a chance. If you can't score against Wolves, then that's it. Forget Madrid.
Going on to Koulibaly, really like up and down. He started the game yesterday very weird again, and then all of a sudden he grew into it, and he's just like he doesn't. I can't judge him. I
ain't a fan, man.
You know what I think it is. I think a lot of the time, because we already have it in his head that he has a mistake in him, any sort of wayward pass right now is immediately scrutinized to the untenth.
That's so true.
Whereas now, like he's not been bad. Like I don't even think the last game he was bad. I thought he was actually quite good. Outside of the fact that he didn't communicate with Cucurella, who was shocking for that first goal. The jury's still on whether or not Koulibaly can be the guy for us going forward. But I think some of the takes that I've seen online and stuff like that about this guy's game is a little bit.
Chile should be playing.
A little bit over the top.
Everyone wants Badiashile. Everyone
should be playing, man.
I don't understand what's going on with Badiashile.
And the funny thing is, like, I'm not as enamored as everyone is about Badiashile. I think that he's a good player. He's a young player. He's got a lot to learn. But I've seen him make all sorts of mistakes, and like that never gets scrutinized the same way as you see other guys. You know, like it's just like, oh yeah, he had a great game that game though.
When we was at Villa at home, when I went with no, it wasn't Villa at home. Where's the game where he played with Koulibaly and Fofana? He was next to him.
That was Leicester.
Is it Leicester? No, at home. We was at home. Who do we play at home?
Oh, Everton.
2-2.
Everton 2-2.
That's it. He was moments, and I actually felt sorry for Koulibaly, where Badiashile just didn't understand the free role. I'm telling you now, he didn't understand the role of playing that in the back three. And every time he kept getting caught for ball watching. The ball went over him, and Koulibaly got dragged out of position and had to take yellow cards because, like, literally, he was, out of position himself because of Badiashile not understanding.
Yeah, but Jem, I don't want to blame Kulu, but Thiago fixes that. Thiago, like, yo, fam, here, and he's like, yes, sir. But when Kulu's speaking some next dialect to him, you don't understand him.
You know what it is though? It's like I think Cooley needs that extra coaching, as crazy as it sounds, in the Prem. He needs that extra coaching.
31 years old.
Understand. No. Wait. This isn't a defense because everybody will be like, "Oh, you're defending a 31-year-old." No. What I'm saying is, it is clear he's not like when you have Thiago Silva there, when you have Badiashile there, even Badiashile who's young, they can they have a feel for it in the Prem. Because let's not sit here and act like Cooley wasn't one of the top-rated defenders in the world. So the drop-off is too insane for me. Like, something has to give. It's not all of a sudden, oh, this is just a rubbish player. Like, it has to be in between somewhere. Like, bare minimum, he has to be an average player. Am I wrong, OG? Like, we're not going to sit here and act like Koulibaly's trash.
Yeah, no,
so it's like,
I'm not. But when we bought him, him and Sterling, like when you buy players, like you're like, wait, what's the catch? Why are you selling them to us? Is there something wrong? I don't believe this. It's too good to be true. There's something wrong, and I believe both of them. We both got snaked. Like I just feel like we got tricked, and they didn't even think. Oh, there must be a reason that these bears, enemies of ours, are selling them to us. Like and Koulibaly, honestly, it pisses me off, man. Just for that, they should give a big to Osimhen.
Felix is the same way I see these things. And I'm not saying that because Felix is clearly the best player out of all three we're mentioning. But what I'm saying is this.
Oh.
Why would Atleti let Felix go and bump that price up to 85 M's? There has to. Why?
Oh, that's different though. That one we have a reason. Yeah. We have the reason for that one. Simeone. I don't have the reason for Sterling. I don't have the reason for Koulibaly. Why would they let us take them? Like there must be something wrong. But Atletico is different. Simeone hates his gut, and apparently this guy's a player.
No, I hear you, but it's just like for me, because like the disrespect that Sterling picks up is mad to me. People don't understand. Like Sterling's one of the top five to top 10 Premier League scorers.
Like, disrespect is mad.
The disrespect is crazy to me.
But the disrespect is coming from the fact that he's not providing that for us right now, right?
Mm-hmm. No, but are we using him to the best of his abilities? Because under Tuchel, he was a different player.
Use him in every role possible.
What worries me with Sterling, of recent, is his injuries. I don't know what's going on, but he seems to be sort of niggly. What I would say is that if we get a Nagelsmann as a manager going into summer, and we play the 4-2-3-1, which is his favoured role, I want Sterling in there with Nkunku and then whoever else is up front. They're the ones that I want because Sterling will score goals. Like he will. Like he's more of a, for me, his stats say he's more of a finisher than what we have anyway. When you look at it, yes, he misses chances still. Don't get me wrong, but him and Nkunku and whoever's a striker and maybe João Felix off the left, I don't know, or Mudryk. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe
even under Enrique, Sterling would bang. So
I think under Enrique as well.
Sterling on the right of a 4-3-3 under Enrique, he would like that because he would just be direct.
But what Couch did say is facts, though. As of right now, whether we're using him to the best of his abilities or not, he is not hitting to the level we need to be having Sterling at. Because even though we got Sterling for a decent price, go ahead, Couch.
No, you hit it. You hit it on the head. I was just saying.
Yeah, but when I think about Sterling, I think about Zinchenko. Like we all knew, I was like, Zinchenko's gonna go because the Man City people, they don't rate Zinchenko. They're like, oh, have him, we don't care. Yeah. So I knew he's gonna be like, you know what, you motherfuckers, I'm gonna be back for you one day. But Sterling, they all rated Sterling. They were like, oh, we're getting rid of one of our best players ever. I just didn't like the whole feeling about it when we brought him. I was like, nah, man, this seems too good to be true, man. Maybe he'll prove me wrong next season.
I don't know. I agree with you. He hasn't really given us what I thought he was going to give us at this point in time. Like even just like his touches and whatnot, he looks really timid on the ball, like timid, like all of his touches. And I'm a big backer, man. Like we're talking about a guy that I admired his career up until this point, but coming into a new squad, coming into a new environment and whatnot, sometimes it takes some time before you can actually find your footing in the game, right? But somebody that's a veteran, he's a big player for England.
But he played for Liverpool, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's from the ends, he's from QPR. He's grew up in NW. He knows Fulham like the back of his hand. That's his area.
Product, like of course, but like he's just not. He's not shown the quality that we've seen in the past, and you can say that again. You can say that about a lot of people within the squad.
Yeah,
you can say that about a lot of people, right? So
off the team.
It's hard to really say. It's hard to really say that, like one without question. It's hard to really say what the actual problem is. Is it just the chemistry in the squad? Is it the manager? Is it the fact that we have too many players coming in at the same time trying to find?
I know what the main problem is with Sterling.
He's back home, innit? He's in the ends again.
Sterling's been here now, yeah. Sterling's been here with no creative. Well, obviously, barring the part since January, he had no creativity when he came in, plus no striker. If you watch Sterling at City, right, especially at City, this guy had so much creativity next to him, as well as playing off Aguero. Yeah, he always had a striker to play with. Yeah? One thing about Sterling, again, I keep saying this. I've said this comment so many times. Sterling is not like a Hazard type player where he's going to pick up the ball, beat 3-4 players. He's never been that, and he'll never.
He used to go at Liverpool, bro. At Liverpool, he's a ducky man.
Liverpool, he used to take on.
But he stopped being that for a while.
Yeah, I know.
At Man City, his role was to get in the box, get in there quite late, get tap-ins, and his finishing improved a lot under Pep. I know Sterling, his finishing's not the best, but it did improve a lot under Pep, right? That season when they got 100 points, he got that goal against Southampton to get them that 100 points, right? This guy disrespected, man. And that was in the final minute as well. Like, I don't know what people expected to see from Sterling without no creativity and as well as that no striker. It was never.
The no striker part was pivotal, bro.
When we made that signing, that was what I was saying. I was like, surely we must be getting a midfielder now. We must be getting some creativity. And when I saw that we didn't, I thought, oh my gosh. Hopefully he can link up a little bit with Aubameyang and play off of him, and let's see what he can do. But Sterling was never going to work without any creativity. You're not going to see the best of Sterling with no creativity. So he's here for what? Another 4? This is first season, right? Yeah. So he's got another 4.
Another 4, bro.
He's still quite young as a player. Like he's still got things to give. In his last season at City, he's still got what? Double digits in goals. So
without Aguero too, by the way.
This is a player that can still give us something, but we just haven't had the tools around him to actually see the effective Sterling that we know we've seen in the Prem over the years.
I agree. Do you get or a Pep that's going to play him correctly.
Because I said when we signed Raheem Sterling, I said that don't think Sterling comes in, he changes things. We need stuff around him. I said that, and that we knew we didn't have the tools around him. Let's be serious, for him to be as effective as he is at Man City. So going into this summer window with Nkunku, I think that helps. And then whatever else we do, I think we could have quite a good attack on paper.
No, we should though.
Yeah.
Is that, and from what I'm hearing from the group, does that mean besides the obvious that the manager is the top priority? Are we saying the striker is then the second priority? Or is the DM?
I reckon if we get Enrique, he'll want to sign someone like Ramos, Carlos Ramos. But if we get Nagelsmann, he'll be like, nah, let's get Victor Osimhen.
You know what's annoying about the rest of the season though is that I just know, we all know now that Enzo is going to play DM when he has to, because he's the only one that's actually competent enough to do that job. You can't play cover holding. Zakaria can't get a game. You can't play. You can't play Kante. A bit further up. So, as much as we hate seeing Enzo playing there, he's the best option there at the moment because we don't have a holding midfielder in the squad. We just don't.
So for 50 million in the summer.
Wait! Don't forget. And then Potter sold fucking Jorginho to Arsenal. Don't forget that one. Only holding midfielder. No matter how you rate him.
Listen, if we had to sell Jorginho to get Enzo for whatever reasons, I'm down for it all day. That's what I'm going to say. But we move. Guys, we do need to finish off. Hour and a half. Lewis is live as well. 3:30. So. If you can go over there, let's do that. We've got the Wolves, obviously, discussion to have. We've got more managers discussion, which we'll put through. What's it today? It's Wednesday. It's nearly the weekend already. So I'll probably have to do match reaction tomorrow. Probably match preview tomorrow for Wolves.
Preview.
Talk a bit more about managers and stuff as well. And then,
can you
Costa?
Jem, what are you saying? You going Wolves? Jem?
No, I'm going Manchester.
Don't do it, Jem. Jem, don't do it, bro.
Listen, we said it already.
You're going to see Diego Costa score against his old club.
Don, wait. Don, you too. Don't go, bro. Don't go. No, not for Wolves. I'm trying to save you. It's going to end probably 1-1. I'm telling you for free. Don't go.
That's a good result, man. That means we get 40 points, man.
Yes.
Finally, 40 points.
Above relegation.
Imagine that. No. Before you guys shoot, yeah, hang on. Let me just go on this table real quick, yeah. Let me just check something real quick.
Let me live, bro. I've had a good day, man.
Aston Villa are now 7th, yeah? Tottenham are, 4th? And they've got 50 points. Aston Villa are 6 points behind Tottenham. 6. And what's his name? Declared was laughing at me in January when I said we could definitely still get top 4. And that was start of January, by the way. Yeah? And look what Villa are 7th.
It's not about...
They got Unai Emery, one of the top 15 managers of the world.
You know how bad?
No.
Don.
I used to say
it's the amount of teams you have to leapfrog, man, to get there. Like that's what makes it difficult. Like because you have to have some drop form.
No, Couch. He was saying from before. He was saying 6 games ago. He was calling. Oh damn! That's how you know no one rates us this year.
Yeah.
That's how you know no one rates us this year, because Couch was saying, I knew this back then. I knew this 10 games ago. What the fuck are you saying? Like,
it's not about we've never showed a level of consistency. I lost $100. I lost $100 on it. I'm not kidding. I bet $100 that he's gonna make it to the preseason.
I didn't think this guy would get.
Shit, Couch.
Guys, I'll see you later.
Take care, everyone, man.
Let's go.
Tomorrow. Peace out. The Wolves game panel will be back as well. We'll be going through that. We're talking more about managing as well. There'll probably be more manager news. So big up yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you again very soon.
Peace.
Felix out.